Hello, Sawadee Krap. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today because I'm here to talk about a new foundation. So, there's a very important character that's just around the corner in Central World. And do you know who it is? It's Prapikaret. Do you know him? He has other names. In Hinduism, he is known as Ganesha, or Vakratunda, or Ganapati, or Ekadanta. And he is the Lord of many things. But he is the Lord of beginnings, of new beginnings. And he's also the Lord of business and money. And he's also the Lord of success. And he's also the Lord of what in Hinduism is called Muladhara Chakra, which is the root. And this is it's an auspicious character to talk about when we talk about the new foundation. So, my name is Miko. I think I won't speak much about myself, but what I will say is I founded an exchange called Evercoin, and I'm working on a crypto investment fund called Gumi. But I want to talk first about why do we need a new foundation? Why? Is this a good investment? Is it? Well, I can tell you this is not a good investment. This is Lehman Brothers. Lehman Brothers collapsed. It went to zero. Lehman Brothers is a sign of peak centralization. It's a feeble foundation. And we know September 2008, the collapse. And we know that 1 month later, the publication of the Bitcoin white paper. If you ask Bill Gates, if you ask him, will there be another financial collapse? Bill Gates says, it is a certainty. We will have a collapse. So, imagine that you're standing in a high location, and imagine that you're standing on a very thin beam. And I want you to imagine that this beam has collapsed. We know that the beam will collapse. This is our financial system. This is our centralized financial system, which we know will collapse. And now imagine another beam has been placed, and it was placed by this guy. This is Satoshi Nakamoto. He's actually not the real Satoshi, but he has the name Satoshi Nakamoto. If you get the chance, please read this book. It's called The Book of Satoshi. Very good book. Teaches you how to think about decentralization and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So we're standing in a high place on a beam that's known to collapse. Satoshi has placed a new foundation, which is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. This is new. We don't know what it's made out of. What do? We test the foundation and we try to shift the weight of our economy onto this new foundation. That's what happens, and when you see that shift of the weight, how much weight is on the new foundation? Maybe 1% of the global economy. Only 1%. And yet, it still represents 300 billion US dollars. Do you think more weight should go on the new beam? Of course it should. Because what is the beam made out of? That is what is essential to understand. So I want to tell you that this beam is made out of open source money. What are we seeing here? What we're seeing is Satoshi, that character there. What is he doing? He's checking code into a repository. This is the repository of Bitcoin. This is not just some fun animation. This is actually a visualization of every single source code check-in to that repository of Bitcoin. And what you're gonna see next is you're gonna see more developers. That is Gavin Andresen. He has joined Satoshi. Who's next? Hal Finney is here. And who is next? This is the foundation that we are developing together. And I want to share this with you because I want you to understand that it's not even about Bitcoin, it is about open source money. So what I want to share with you is that open source money is going to do to proprietary money what open source software did to proprietary software, which is it's going to eat and eat like Pac-Man. And this Pac-Man is going to eat all the money, starting with Bill Gates. And what is this foundation? This foundation is the opposite of fiat money. It is consensus money. What is consensus money and how is it different from fiat money? Fiat means because I said so. And what consensus means is because we said so. That's the difference. And what happened is Satoshi eliminated the need for a trusted intermediary. There's no need for banks. There's no need for governments. There's no need for any centralization because of Nakamoto consensus. That is what we have achieved, which is a great achievement. And the question becomes, what can we build on top of that foundation? Let's explore what could be built. So this chart indicates ICOs. Now, it's not built on top of, there's the Ethereum ICO. It's not built on top of Bitcoin per se. It's on top of open source money. And if you get to late 2015, you start to see a big one, which is the DAO. So when the DAO appears, that is essentially the birth of Ethereum Classic. So the thing that happens with ICO is it doesn't start to cook until 2017. And that is when you start to see real activity. And now you're seeing EOS and Tezos and Filecoin, you're seeing Bancor, you're seeing Dragon. This crazy thing in the middle is Petro, state-sponsored cryptocurrency. $23 billion in, that's what we've built. But I want to provide a bit of a caution. And the caution I want to provide is where did we go wrong? Because we're going wrong. One area where we went wrong is we just want performance, we want liquidity, and yet we're not able to get that without going off-chain. We're going off-chain for performance and for liquidity of exchanges. And what I'm illustrating with this picture is that there are the extremely centralized exchanges and there are the extremely decentralized exchanges. The decentralized exchanges are on-chain. That means they can be trusted. The ones that are off-chain can't be trusted because what did we do? We re-injected banks back into crypto. The entire innovation of Satoshi is the elimination of the need for trusted third parties, and now we have reintroduced them. It's terrible. On the other side, there is fully decentralized exchanges, which have all kinds of issues in terms of regulatory and in terms of liquidity and performance. So I really wanted to leave you with this thought, which is we're all giving our private keys and our power away back to centralization. And I think we need to rethink how we are doing crypto. So with that note, thank you very much. I just wanted to say one last thing, by the way, which is that I have these lovely laptop stickers, and these stickers have Bitcoin Ganesha. And so if you will stick these on your laptop or somewhere good, I'll be happy to share these with you. So on that note, thank you very much.